Okay, want to impress your friends and family with your extensive Disney secrets knowledge? Then you have come to the right video. It's also going to be a lot of fun. Get ready to learn about some super sneaky secrets from the Disney parks and movies. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and I am here to blow your mind with fun facts and hush-hush Disney secrets that you may have missed before. And I'm not talking about just Magic Kingdom today, I'm talking about multiple parks, even some in California, one overseas. I'm also looking into the Easter eggs and strange happenstances that go on behind the scenes in some of your favorite Disney animated classics. This is going to be so much fun. Let's start unraveling those mysteries. We're going to start over in Animal Kingdom, the Animal Kingdom knocking. Now, if you're ordering a drink at the Dawa Bar in Disney's Animal Kingdom and you hear a rapid knocking sound every now and then, I promise you're not losing it. That's just part of Disney's storytelling. The knocking is coming from the window above the counter service location. Apparently, there may be some students residing above the bar here who have yet to pay their rent. Can't imagine students living above a bar. What on earth could they be spending their money on? Understandably, the landlady of this establishment is a little miffed that these students haven't paid that rent, hence the knocking to get their attention. You might also hear a dish clink here and there and a radio crackling. Now we're going to head all the way over to Shanghai Disneyland, which is Disney's newest park, and it has a lot of rides similar to those in Florida and California, like the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan's Flight, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and Dumbo the Flying Elephant. They've also got Pirates of the Caribbean. Actually, they have Pirates of the Caribbean with a little bit of spice. Pirates of the Caribbean Battle of the Sunken Treasure combines state-of-the-art screen technology and realistic animatronics to immerse guests in an all-new adventure based around the Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise. Although this ride is way different from the pirates we know in the States, Shanghai still pays tribute to the OG ride in the beginning scenes. When you start your boat journey, you'll notice a very familiar but very distorted version of the prisoners scene featured in America's parks. You know the one, the three pirates trapped behind bars, whistling and begging for their dear pup friend to hand over the keys to the cell. So Shanghai's kinda got a spoiler alert for us. If this ride is a peek into the future of these poor inmates, then it doesn't look like things end up all happily ever after for them. Instead, Shanghai's scene mirrors the jail scene, but shows our pirates as skeletons, still reaching out for the dearly departed doggo and his key. Yeah, a little bleak there, but also kind of a cool Easter egg. Next, we are headed to Magic Kingdom, to Fantasyland, and we're going to talk about the Little Door. Now, located behind Gaston's Tavern and Bonjour Village Gifts in Magic Kingdom resides a tiny door that seemingly serves no purpose. Who's the door for? What's the story? For once, Disney doesn't really have a clear-cut story behind this little design detail, at least not one that we've heard from Disney themselves. Rumor has it that the mysterious door is there as an added feature to cover up a miscalculation in the architectural design. So it's kind of like a Bob Ross happy little accident kind of thing for Disney, but instead of turning it into a tree, it became a teeny tiny door. Next, we're going to talk about the citizens of Germany over in Epcot. Now, on the right-hand side of the Germany Pavilion is a miniature model town known as Germany's Train Village. Now, that's not the secret. Everybody knows that. This town is really sweet and precious and peaceful, with a full functioning model train that wraps its way around the countryside and past the Pipsqueak villagers. It seems this town takes great pride in the Epcot festivals, because if you look closely on your next visit, you'll probably notice the mini festival banners put up around the town on lampposts, and they also decorate for Christmas. Super cute, super wholesome, right? Okay, now that the cute stuff's out of the way, let's talk about how this town is actually inhabited with zombies. Did I get your attention? Once upon a time, Kim Possible's World Showcase adventure was still a thing. If you chose to take part in this thrilling scavenger hunt adventure, you and your travel team would be handed what was called a KIMmunicator, KIMmunicator, get it? AKA an old school flip phone-like device that could only be used during this interactive activity. You'd then be sent on various missions to help KP save the world. One adventure took place in Germany, and your mission, if you'd chosen to accept it, was to investigate Dr. Dementor and his scheme to take over a German pretzel factory. Dr. Dementor was not only a master baker, but a master manipulator. One bite from his special pretzels would place victims under Dr. Dementor's mind control power. So let's skip ahead, shall we? As it turned out, some of the victims of this mind control just so happened to be in our innocent train village. No! With the press of a button on your KIMmunicator, you could watch the transformation take place. Select villagers in the town would develop glowing red eyes and raise their hands as if they were zombies. Don't worry, you totally saved the day. Even though the Kim Possible World Showcase this adventure is no longer operational, you may still notice that some villagers look slightly different than others, as if they could, raise their arms and go red in the eyes at any second given the chance. If you remember that zombie village and you actually played with a KIMmunicator, leave me a comment. All right, number 5, Mary Blair doll. Now, Mary Blair was the creative genius Imagineer behind It's a Small World's design. She's the reason we can travel through a world of laughter and a world of tears during each of our visits, if we can handle the song repetition, of course. Now, if you're riding It's a Small World in Disneyland, you can find a Mary Blair doll chilling in one of the scenes. While you're floating past the Paris showroom, make sure to look behind you and back at the Eiffel Tower. Standing in the middle of the Eiffel Tower is a doll modeled after Mary Blair. Having a hard time finding her? Just look at the doll in the yellow dress holding a red balloon. All right, number 6 is the traffic light in Cars Land. Now, if you've watched the first movie in Pixar's Cars franchise, then you may remember the scene between Fillmore and Sarge. In case you don't, here's a quick refresher. During the movie, the two vehicles are hanging out in a rather sleepy night in Radiator Springs. Above them blinks that yellow traffic light. Fillmore says, "I'm telling you, man, every third blink is slower," to which Sarge replies, "The 60s weren't good to you, were they?" It's brilliant. 10 out of 10 humor would humor again. Now, because Cars Land and Disney California Adventure takes you through the streets of Radiator Springs, that means a lot of the same aspects of the film have transferred their way over to the park, which means that the traffic light you see dangling above the road, yep, you guessed it, every third yellow blink of light is just a millisecond slower. Imagineers, they think of everything, don't they? Bonus tip for you, if you're visiting DCA, make sure to linger around Cars Land as evening approaches so you can watch the area transform from its day scene and into its nighttime setting. Number 7 is the Geyser at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Oh, Wilderness Lodge, so serene, so in touch with nature, and oh yeah, it has a functioning geyser that erupts every hour on the hour, well, from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Now, Fire Rock Geyser is 120 feet tall, and like I said, it goes off every hour, so if you want to see the show, just take the walkway past the Copper Creek Springs pool and you'll be led right to it. Sometimes you may even see a rainbow peek out of the stream. Number 8 on our list is the trash compactor creature in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Don't worry, we know what it's really called. Near the water fountains at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disney's Hollywood Studios lurks a rather bizarre creature. Now, this is in the marketplace. This creature is called a Dianoga. He's a one-eyed squid-like character who makes his debut in the Star Wars canon during Star Wars A New Hope. You may remember this creature. It was lingering around the Death Star's trash compactor. If you're not near the park's water fountains, you're liable to miss this guy completely. He's there, chilling in a tube of liquid, keeping watch over the park and all who inhabit it, but he only pops up every once in a while. So if you ever see a bunch of people just hanging around outside the bathrooms, that's probably what they're waiting for. Number 9 is a new hidden Mickey in France. All right, new rides in the parks are exciting, and Epcot brought the excitement this year by bringing us Remy's Ratatouille Adventure on Disney World's 50th anniversary. Now, I've talked a lot about the new hidden details in regards to this ride, which you can learn more about in my video covering Disney World's newest hidden secrets. But I wanted to mention one more little secret because this ride is apparently chock full of them. There's a new hidden Mickey on the block, and his name is Chef Gusteau? Let me explain. In the queue line, you'll walk past the red illuminated Gusteau's sign. Initially, the sign doesn't do anything. It's just a sign with a picture of the chef himself smiling above. But if you linger in this area of the queue long enough, Gusteau's picture will begin to move and interact with guests. One of the ways he interacts is by holding up his 2 signature pans against the sides of his head, which resembles, you guessed it, Mickey ears, thus making the chef our newest hidden Mickey. Number 10, a Cupcake ATM. That's right, looking for cupcakes on the go? How about cupcakes out of an ATM machine? The Cupcake Shop Sprinkles, located in Disney Springs, near the walking bridge over to Morimoto, Asia, has a Cupcake ATM outside its building. The ATM is hard to miss. It's to the right of the front door with 3 giant white arrows pointing down at it. Just choose on the ATM screen what item you're looking to purchase. You can pick from a variety of cupcake flavors like the triple cinnamon, salty caramel, or the monthly offering, or if you prefer, you can also choose a brownie or a cookie. Once you make your selections and choose your quantities, you'll be able to complete the purchase. The ATM will then open up on your right side and ta-da! Your treat will be waiting for you, all nicely packaged and ready to go. Bonus fun fact for you, did you know Sprinkles is considered the world's first cupcake bakery? The first Sprinkles shop opened its doors in Beverly Hills back in 2005 and remains the flagship store to this day. Number 11 is back in Epcot. We're talking about the totem poles in Canada. Now, the 3 totem poles in Epcot's Canada Pavilion are absolutely huge, and each one tells a story. The Raven totem pole was carved live for guests by carver David Boxley. The Raven pole tells the story of 3 different instances where a raven tricked the sky chief to let go of the sun, moon, and stars that he'd been hoarding inside a chest. The other 2 totem poles were redesigned by Boxley nearly 20 years later. Originally, they'd been made from fiberglass, but they dulled in comparison to the Raven pole, which was actually carved out of wood. In 2017, 2 wooden totem poles replaced the fiberglass ones. Was it really only 2017? Feels like the wooden ones have been around forever and a day now. But according to Disney, the eagle totem pole depicts a story about a boy who saved an eagle caught in a net and how the eagle returned the favor years later by providing the boy with food when the boy got hungry. The bottom of the totem pole portrays a family of beavers who go on to expand the moral of the story. It is important to treat all creatures, animal and human alike, with respect. The third structure, the whale totem pole, illustrates, as Disney explains, the first potlatch, a ceremonial feast celebrated by the Naganoks and creatures of the undersea world. So the next time you're in the Canada Pavilion, perhaps you'll want to take a second while munching on your maple popcorn to appreciate the storytelling through Boxley's woodwork. Talk about a learning experience. Number 12 on our list is the Lilo and Stitch pizza box switch. All right, friends, let's switch gears here and talk about some Disney movie secrets. Before I dive into this little switcheroo, let me jog your memory, since it might have been a minute since you last seen Lilo and Stitch. The scene I'm talking about happens after social worker Cobra Bubbles finishes his tour of Nani and Lilo's house. Cobra's in charge of making sure Nani is capable of properly raising Lilo after their parents' tragic passing. But Lilo is, well, she's very Lilo. She definitely doesn't want to make the appointment go smoothly for Nani, and Nani, being thoroughly hacked off by this, chases her sister around the house afterwards, as sisters do. To avoid being found by Nani, Lilo originally crawls into their dryer to hide, and that's where the secret switch kicks off. During last year's worldwide shutdown, Disney Plus decided to alter the dryer scene of the movie. They didn't want kiddos cooped up at home to mirror Lilo's behavior. Now, if you watch the movie on Disney Plus, Lilo hides behind an empty pizza box on a shelf. However, if you own a copy of the original 2002 DVD release of Lilo and Stitch, you'll still be able to watch Lilo hide in the dryer. Sneaky, sneaky. Number 13, familiar faces in The Little Mermaid. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy appear in a lot of places, but who knew you could find them under the sea, too? At the beginning of Disney's 1989 animated release of The Little Mermaid, King Triton swoops into his daughter's concert by way of a golden shell and guide dolphins. As he travels above the crowd, you'll get an overhead shot of all the audience members, and upon closer inspection, you may see our merry trio lingering in the masses. It's super quick, but just keep watch below King Triton's flowing white hair, and you should be able to spot the gang. Look for Goofy first. He's the easiest to spot of the 3. And let's do one more crossover because those Easter eggs are fun. It's like playing hard mode of a Where's Waldo Search and Find book. Now, it's no secret that The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Beauty and the Beast both take place in France, but who knew their coming-of-age stories were happening at the exact same time? During Quasimodo's big goosebump-inducing musical number Out There, the man looks out over the rooftop of the cathedral and admires the Paris streets below. But watch closely. One of the villagers roaming the streets is wearing a blue dress and keeping her nose stuck in a book. Sound familiar? Does that mean while Quasimodo is singing his song, the town folks are busy singing about how weird Belle is? There are tons of hidden movie secrets and Easter eggs found in Disney movies, so what's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Now, here at DFB, we absolutely love our fun Disney secrets, whether it be part of the parks, movies, books, you get the idea. That means that what you watched here today is only a handful of the many Disney secrets we've uncovered throughout our blog and YouTube channel content. So make sure to keep in touch for even more secrets and hidden details, because trust me, there is a lot more to be explored. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for watching. This has been a really, really fun one to research and record. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.